Welcome back to another powerful edition of this channel. All right, so in this edition, we are going to look into how our newly founded and developed prompts can predict some of the international match fixtures that we have. And the first match fixtures that we have on the list is the match between Argentina and Honduras. So I've shared this particular prompt, the basic aspect of it. I shared it on our Telegram platform. You guys can actually join us there to copy most of our prompts and get most of our updates, both our Telegram platform and our WhatsApp platform. So the prompt we'll be talking about today examine various aspects of match analysis, most especially the key factors that we always need to consider. And this prompt will also examine the form and the head-to-head analysis. All right. So, in case you want to join us on our Telegram platform and on our WhatsApp platform, you can actually join through the channel link in the comment section and also in the video description. So this happens to be the basic prompt for the football analysis. All right, so without wasting much of our time, let us proceed to the match fixtures that we have, and let's see the projected predictions made by this particular AI prompt. All right, so looking at it, currently the competition is actually international friendlies. Please kindly take note of this. International friendlies are not to be taken serious because most of these teams, they don't have anything to lose rather than their pride. So the only thing that I think you can rely on mostly is their goals to be considered or scored, because most times when you have international friendly match fixtures like this, most of these particular teams always want to score and they don't care if they really lost. We've experienced scenes and events whereby there are so many teams that are not even expected to be losing. They are losing against the underdog, but it happens very well in football, even in normal tournaments or league fixtures. But friendlies don't really take it serious, so we are going to focus more on goals, and there will be some exception that we'll be focusing on maybe who to win. For example, we are going to use the predicted or projected scoreline to determine if we are going for the over goals, or maybe that particular match we are going to support it with the favorite team to actually win. So for this particular match of Argentina against Honduras, we have the recent form analysis. We also have their last 10 games for the home team and away team. We have the head-to-head analysis you can actually read through. And I think this particular AI generates most of its analysis from different sources, and as we can see. So to make it more credible, it is using real website information to analyze. It is processing real website information, and we have the expected formation. It is just projected formation. You don't know what the manager will do until maybe an hour before the match will start. So we have missing players impact, most of the players that are currently injured, and we have the tactical analysis. You can see Argentina approach possession and pressing, and we have for defensive structure exceptional secure, and for the away team, which is Honduras approach, we have a possession style. Honduras will likely employ a low defensive block, looking to absorb pressure and utilize transition speed. Okay, weakness: a historical inability to start games strongly, failing to score the opening goal in 7 of their last 9 matches, suggests vulnerability against an aggressive Argentine start. So we have the tactical battles, midfield battles, striker versus defenders, and we have the frustration factors, missing key personnel for Argentina. So let us just keep that to the main point. So we have the start, but this start section, don't take it serious for international friendly games, unless maybe whenever we have normal league or normal tournament fixtures, because international friendly games, they are not really taking it serious. So it will be very rare for you to be seeing yellow cards like normal games, and it will be very rare for you to be seeing corners, unless maybe the favorite team to win is losing, or maybe they concede early. So that is the only time that you can be experiencing good figures when it comes to statistics predictions. So we have the probability assessment, that is 88% that Argentina will actually win this match, 9% that it will end up in a draw, and 3% that the away team will win, that is Honduras. And we have the match scenario, that is like the script for the match that has not been played. So this is it. You can read to enjoy yourself. So this is the score line. And for the score line, what I'm currently seeing here, I'm seeing Argentina to win, and I'm also seeing over 1.5 goals. But if we are to look at it from another direction, we suggest Argentina to win or draw, but naturally straight winning and over 1.5. Now we have another match, but you can read further. So we have the final verdict, that is the strongest factor supporting Argentina is their impregnable defensive record combined with their tactical cohesion under Lionel Scaloni, despite the absence of key figures like Paredes and the likely resting of Messi, the attacking trio of Alvarez, Martinez, and Simeon. So many more like that you can actually read through, but we have the confidence level as 9/10. Perfect. So I have another game on the list, another fixture. That is actually the match between Denmark and Ukraine. These are under international friendly games that we should not really be taking serious, so we should not rely on who to actually win in this match. So if you want to read through, you can actually read most of this information and enjoy yourself. It is fun to be reading it, but we are currently presenting on YouTube so that we won't waste much of our time. If you want to read, you can actually read through, and if you want to copy our basic prompt on straight winning, you can actually get the prompt on our Telegram platform. And if you want to join our private class, you will surely get the prompt on our Telegram platform, so the link to our private class on the Telegram platform or our WhatsApp group, so that you can join us for most of our special updates. So the key players to watch, okay, for Denmark and Ukraine, we have the probability assessment. 45% that Denmark will win because Denmark has immense attacking firepower, 16 goals in 6 qualifiers, and home advantage, but their defensive fragility and missing personnel severely cap their win probability. So we have the chance that this match will also end up as a straight draw, which is 30%, and for Ukraine to win, that is 25%. Okay. And the most likely match scenario, you can actually read this to enjoy yourself. So this is the predicted scoreline. For me, I will suggest we should go for over 1.5 because what I'm currently seeing here is most likely score is 2-2. That is, the match should end up in a draw. And we have alternative scoreline. That is, if Denmark will win, that is 2-1. But if Ukraine we win, that is 1-2. You can see that this match seems to be a kind of tough match to be predicted for the AI self. So I would suggest the best outcome of this match is that at least we know that the match will end up as over 1.5 goals. That is more than 1 goals. So the final verdict, the strongest factor supporting Denmark: high offensive output, home field advantage, and the physical presence of Ireland against a weakened Ukrainian defense. So the biggest risk: an incredibly leaky defensive structure, missing their most important defensive midfielder. Blah blah blah. I don't know the name. And the recent tendency to draw points at home against inferior. Actually, this international friendly is not something that most of these teams are taking serious, but only teams that are kind of protecting their pride, they happens to be the ones that are kind of taking it serious a little bit when it comes to goal scoring, but they don't care when it comes to conceding. So the another match that I have on the list, let's look into that. That is the match between Croatia and Slovenia. Now let us quickly project to the scoreline so that we can end this video on time. But if you want to read, you can actually read section by section the expected lineup, and you can read the missing players impacts if you are familiar with the team. You can also read through the tactical analysis and the weakness, the frustration factors. I don't care about these statistics for friendly because you won't get the accurate outcome from it. But when most of our normal leagues or the World Cup starts naturally, then we can start looking towards the the statistics, the market under the statistics, like the corners, the yellow cards, the possession, and the shots. So the key players to watch, we have it there, the most dangerous attackers we have for Slovenia and for Croatia. And the probability assessment is that Croatia has 74% that they will actually win this match, and 80% that the match will end up in a draw, and just 8% that Slovenia will actually win. So you can read this to enjoy yourself. And for the predicted score line, this is 2-0, that is the most likely score, and the alternative score line is Croatia to win 3-0. But the confidence level is 8.5. Actually, it is very good. Anything that we are having around 8 to 9 or 10, then we are good to go. So naturally, since Croatia is expected to keep a clean sheet, we are expecting over 1.5, and at the same time we are also expecting Croatia to win. But I will likely go for Croatia to actually win alone. The match can actually end up as 1-0. I'm suspecting that it can end up as 2-0, 1-0, or 3-0, but expect Croatia to win this match. So, if you want to read the final verdict, you can actually read through, because we always have the strongest factor supporting Croatia to win. You can read the information on that, and we have the biggest risk, the fear of injury. Croatia cannot afford to lose a star player in a friendly. So, most times in a friendly match, you can notice that there are some of the key players that will be resting, and predicting the lineups of most of these teams in friendly games, it is unpredictable. And the way they used to rotate players, they want to give most of their players chance to play, and to see their ability in real life games. All right, so let us look into the last match fixtures under the international friendly games. All right, so here we have the match between Greece and Italy. Actually, naturally, you won't believe the probability of winnings allocated to each of these particular two teams, because I believe that naturally, if we want to just judge from layman perspective, we are expecting the away team to actually win, which is Italy. But there are some factors that most of us always miss. There are some factors that most of us don't used to see. These factors are what can actually affect the outcomes of game. For example, the importance of the match. This match is not it's not really important to the away team. They don't really need it. So it is likely they will use this match to test their new talent. That is for Italy. So if you look at the competition, this is international friendlies, and the importance of the match. This match acts as an essential rebuilding phase. Both nations suffered the disappointment of missing out on the 2026 World Cup finals. Italy, in particular, suffered a playoff heartbreak against Bosnia, and in March, this friendly is a platform to look towards the future integrated new talent and rebuilding confidence. So, there's probability that they will be introducing new players using these particular international friendly games, and we have the recent form and head-to-head analysis. We have the formation for both teams, the missing players' impact. So most of these factors are the things that always affect the outcomes of games. Tactical analysis. So we are skipping the statistic projection. And the probability assessment is that the home team, which is Greece, has 45% to win this match. Yes, Greece formidable home scoring record, 2.67 goals per game, and a settled tactical framework. Okay, the draw percentage is 28. For Italy to win, they have 27% probability. So this is the script for the match. You can read to enjoy. So this is where I'm actually going. the most likely score, it is 2-1. That is Greece to win, and the alternative score line is 1-1. Actually, the match can end up as 1-2. Italy winning, it can end up as 2-1 as predicted. It can end up as 1-0. It can end up as 2-0. It can end up as 1-1. But I'm currently saying maybe probably over 1.5 goals in this match. We can consider that in this particular match. So we have the final verdict. The strongest factor supporting Greece, excellent goal scoring form at the Pancratio Stadium, winning 4 of their last 6 games, and an elite informed striker. Okay, strongest factor supporting Italy. So we have another factor supporting the away team and biggest risk. Okay, we have most likely outcome given the context of international friendlies rewarding settled home side against heavily rotated giants. Okay, yes, this thing used to happen very well. If you observe the match between France and Ivory Coast, you will notice the great numbers of substitution that occurred in that particular match for France. So rotating of players during the game also affect the outcomes of match, and I think that is what actually killed that match. All right, so thanks for watching. If you have any question regarding to most of our content, kindly drop it in the comment section. Don't forget to like our video, subscribe to this channel, and you can also join us on our Telegram platform and our WhatsApp platform. If you want to be getting our special updates, you can join our private class. See you guys. Bye bye.